A very warm welcome to all of you who are present here to witness our walk-in session on the theme Water, the essence of life. I extend a hearty welcome to my principal, Aruna ma'am, our supervisory head, my teachers, and dear parents. It's a proud moment to give us this opportunity of showcasing our knowledge as well as our talent on this digital platform.
Everyone knows that water is the soul of our life. It is the most basic need for our survival. Irrigation is possible only with the help of water. Water is useful in various domestic uses like cooking, washing clothes, bathing, etc. Water helps in balancing the ecosystem too.
That's not all. Water is useful in many industries like steel industry, fertilizers, chemicals, cement, paper, etc. Through water, we're also generating electricity. Water is an essential source of fish, wildlife, and recreation. A human can live without food for some days, but cannot live without water.
Now, my friends, Adarsh and Daksh will present a Hindi poem on importance of water.
मेरा नाम आदर्श है। आज मैं और मेरा प्रिय मित्र दक्ष जल संकट पर एक कविता सुनाएंगे जिसका शीर्षक है मत करो मुझे बर्बाद। मत करो मुझे बर्बाद, इतना तो तुम रखो याद। प्यासे रह जाओगे, मेरे बिना ना जी पाओगे। कब तक बर्बादी का मेरे तुम तमाशा देखोगे। संकट आएगा जब तुम पर, तब मेरे बारे में सोचोगे। संसार में रहने वालों को मेरी जरूरत पड़ती है। मेरी बर्बादी के कारण मेरी उम्र भी घटती है। ऐसा ना हो एक दिन मैं इस दुनिया से चला जाऊं, खत्म हो जाए खेल मेरा, लौट के फिर ना वापस आऊं। पछताओगे रोगे तुम, नहीं बनेगी कोई बात। सोचो समझो करो फैसला, अब तो ये है तुम्हारे हाथ। मेरे बिना इस दुनिया में जीना सबका मुश्किल है। अपनी नहीं भविष्य की सोचो, भविष्य भी इसमें शामिल है। मुझे ग्रहण कर सभी जीव अपनी प्यास बुझाते हैं। कमी मेरी पड़ गई अगर तो हर तरफ सूखे पड़ जाते हैं। सतर्क हो जाओ, बात मान लो, मेरी यही कहानी है। करो फैसला मिलकर आज, मत करो मुझे बर्बाद, इतना तो तुम रखो याद। धन्यवाद।
It was a beautiful recitation. Now we will try to take each and every aspect of water one by one. First, we will start with the availability of water.
About three-fourths of Earth's surface, or 71% of Earth's surface, is covered with water. Most of the water, that is about 97%, is in the seas and oceans as salty water. It is too salty to be used for drinking and irrigation.
This information can be clearly seen in this chart as well. So, as you can see, only a tiny fraction of about 3% of the Earth's water is available to us as fresh water. Out of this, 2.9% is locked up in the mountains or glaciers or is buried so deep under that it costs too much to extract. So, only about 0.003% of the fresh water is easily available to us in the form of groundwater, rivers, lakes, streams, soil moisture, and water vapor.
Have you ever wondered that how do our rivers remain filled with water in spite of the fact that every day water is being used from the rivers for our use? Yes, you thought it right. The reason is that rains fill up our rivers again, and that's why by the time the water level starts dipping, The monsoon time comes. Now let's see how rain is formed from my friend Dhruv Banwal.
The water cycle shows the continuous movement of water within the earth and atmosphere. The sun, which drives the water cycle, heats the water in oceans and seas. Water evaporates as water vapor in the air. When the water vapor rises, it starts cooling. The water vapor condenses, causing the formation of droplets of water like this. Clouds are just masses of such water droplets. Thank you.
These droplets of water become too heavy to float in air. They come down as precipitation and fill up the oceans, rivers, lakes, ponds, etc. Plus, the water which falls on the ground seeps into it and forms the groundwater, which is extensively used for irrigation and other purposes.
This was all about water in the atmosphere. Now let's know water present in our body. And this information will be shared with us by Yavi and Dihar.
Water exists throughout the body. Cells contain 60% of all water in the body. Some organs contain much more water than others. The brain and kidneys possess the highest percentage of water. The bones and teeth contain the lowest proportion. This chart here is showing the highest to the lowest percentages of water in our body organs. Brain and kidneys 80 to 85%, heart and lungs 75 to 80%, muscles, liver and skin 70 to 75%, blood 50 to 55%, bones 20 to 25%, and teeth 8 to 10%, regardless of what content. All parts of the body need water to work properly. This was about water content in our body. But have you ever thought that why does our body have so much of water and what does this water do? We will tell you what water does. It protects the spinal cord and other sensitive tissues. It removes waste by urination, sweating, etc. It regulates body temperature. It helps in lubricating our joints. It delivers oxygen throughout the body. It boosts skin health and beauty. It helps maintain blood pressure. It prevents kidney damage. It helps in weight loss. So dear all, it is highly important that we intake good amount of water. Lavanya will tell us how much water we should intake.
Normally, it's advised to drink 5 to 6 glasses of water a day. However, the amount of water we need depends on individual needs, including activity and climate. In winter, there is hardly any sweating in our body, so less water loss is there in our body. Hence, less water is needed.
Now it's time for some yoga tips from Soham and Ananya.
Neti Kriya is a type of yogic nasal cleansing exercise. It is designed to purify all the nasal passages and to clear the sinuses.
The purpose of the kriyas is to keep the body strong, clean, and healthy. They are said to remove toxins and anything blocking the flow of prana in the body.
There are two types of Neti Kriya. First, Jal Neti, which is practiced using a Neti pot filled with saline solution to clear the nasal passage.
Second, Sutraneti, in which a thread is passed through nostrils and exit out of mouth. They are said to more effective than the Jalneti. Thank you.
Don't you think history and geography are so interesting?
Yes, of course they are. The history of our Indian rivers is so interesting. Do you know our national river Ganga is also called as Devdadi?
Really? Why is that?
This is because it has come from land of Devtas, the Swarg. King Bhagirath
pray to Brahma that Ganga comes down to earth. Lord Brahma agreed and he ordered Ganga to go down to earth so that the souls of Agaratas and sisters would be able to go to heaven. That is how we became fortunate enough to have River Ganga on earth.
That's not all. River Ganga and its beauties do through 11 Indian states is Uttarakhand, UP, MP, Rajasthan, Haryana, to name a few.
You know, it is believed that just by taking name of River Ganga, all our bad karmas are forgiven by God. And taking bath in River Ganga is equally auspicious.
Are you aware that River Yamuna, which crosses several states and even Delhi, is also known as Krishna?
Yes, I know. That is because Lord Krishna was black and so is Yamuna. The other reason is that Yamuna is associated with Lord Krishna and it is considered to be one of the wives of Krishna.
Actually, India has such a rich culture. All the Indian rivers have their own story or history, and all are considered to be auspicious and sacred.
As you can see in this map, the major rivers that flow in India are Ganga, Yamuna, Indus, Brahmaputra, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri.
The historical facts were amazing. Now it's time for some scientific facts related to water. Water's boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius and its melting point is 0 degrees Celsius. Its chemical formula is H2O. That's not all. Water is called the universal solvent because it is capable of dissolving more substances than any other liquid. You will be surprised to know that everything dissolves in water. Stones, iron, pots, pans, plates, sugar, salt, and coffee beans all dissolve in water. Things which dissolve are called solutes, and the liquid in which they dissolve is called a solvent. Capillary action is the ability of liquid to flow upwards in narrow spaces without the assistance of external forces. A few examples of these are water moving up in a straw. Look. The other example is tears moving through tear ducts. Now my friend Jans Bhardwaj will show an experiment on capillary action.
Hello everyone, today I am going to perform an experiment of capillary action and make a rainbow. All we need is a paper towel, scissors, markers and 2 bowls with water. First, we will fold the paper towel and then we will cut it 1/4. Next, take a red marker and make a rectangular shape at one side and color it. Similarly, we will color the both sides with orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet like this. Next, pour water into 2 bowls and then take the paper towel that we had colored and put the color side into 2 bowls. Now we will wait for the rainbow to form. Wow, the rainbow is forming a little bit. The color is rising. Wow, our rainbow is ready. Let me put it here. See our rainbow. So friends, Did you see the marker dye going up the paper towel and touch each other? So that is called capillary action. The other example of capillary action is water absorption by the plants. I hope you will also enjoy making your own rainbow at your home.
What a beautiful rainbow it was. Now me and my friend are going to share some startling facts about water. Children in the first 6 months of life consume 7 times as much water per pound as the average adult. Seawater freezes at -2 degrees Celsius. Water expands by 9% when it freezes. 30% of fresh water is in the ground. Up to 50% of water is lost through leaks in the cities in the world. Unsafe or unclean water kills 200 children every hour. 80% of all illnesses in the developing world are water related. Over 90% of world supply of fresh water is located in Antarctica. There is more fresh water in the atmosphere than in all of the rivers on the planet combined. There is about the same amount of water on Earth now as there was millions of years ago. Last but not the least, 2/3 of the world's population is projected to face water scarcity by 2025, according to the United Nations. Yes, you all heard it right, that by 2025, we are going to have major water crisis in the entire world. And you, what's the irony here? It's that we all know water is precious. We can't live without it, nor can we do most of the activities without it. Yet, when it's come to reality, none of us actually do anything about it in our day-to-day life. For instance, we enjoy long showers, wash our cars with hose pipes, keep the taps open while brushing, don't take care of our leaking taps, to name a few.
My friends Yash, Umesh, Jianj, Vansh and Pranay will now be presenting a Nukkad Natak or a street play on the same.
कहानी है ये पानी की, बात है इसे बचाने की। दोस्तों आइए देखते हैं, जब मेरे मित्रों ने पानी को व्यर्थ बहाया तो उनको उसका क्या परिणाम भुगतना पड़ा।
सारा पानी तो आ रहा है नल में, फिर भी मम्मा क्यों कहती है कि ब्रश करते समय नल बंद रखो, जाने क्यों ऐसा कहती है।
आज मैं विद्यालय में अपनी पानी की बोतल से अपने सारे मित्रों को गीला कर दूंगा, बड़ा मजा आएगा।
पिताजी ने गाड़ी धोने को कहा है, पाइप लगाकर धो देता हूँ। पानी तो ज्यादा गिरेगा पर क्या फर्क पड़ता है। जिसे अब तक न समझे वो कहानी हूँ मैं, मुझे बर्बाद मत करो, पानी हूँ मैं। कुछ साल के बाद मेरी बहुत कमी होगी, अब देखते हैं इन सब का क्या हाल हुआ। अब तो मुझे सूखे कपड़े से ही गाड़ी को साफ करना होगा। पीने को भी पानी पूरा नहीं, अब क्यों बहाया पानी हमने तब।
अब तो मम्मी बोतल में थोड़ा सा ही पानी देती है, मेरी तो प्यास ही नहीं बुझती। पहले कितना पानी व्यर्थ बहाया था, मूल्य ने इसका पहचाना था।
अब तो एक कटोरी पानी से ही ब्रश करना पड़ेगा। जल को किया बेकार हमने, जल बिना मचाया हाहाकार हमने।
आपने देखा, यदि इसी तरह मुझे बर्बाद करते रहोगे तो आप सबका भी यही भविष्य होगा।
आओ हम सब मिलकर प्रण करें कि जल को बचाएंगे, सबको जल संरक्षण के बारे में बताएंगे।
What an amazing street play it was! We all can save a lot of water by not doing the things we mentioned before and by simply doing rainwater harvesting.
This is a rainwater harvesting model. As you can see here, rainwater is collected from a roof-like surface and redirected to a tank cistern deep at outlet or a reservoir with percolation so that it sits down and restores the groundwater. This way we can reuse the rainwater.
Wow, what a nice model you have made. And you know that our government has made it compulsory for all upcoming housing societies to have a rainwater harvesting system installed.
I know we all can save water like this, but there's another problem we have to face and are still facing, and that is of water pollution.
Dear all, the waste in our house and factories, etc., causes water pollution, which has severe effects.
And drinking this polluted water causes waterborne diseases like typhoid, cholera, hepatitis, etc.
Water pollution can cause an entire ecosystem to collapse if left unchecked.
Chemicals in a water body decrease the amount of oxygen in a water body, severely affecting aquatic life there.
Toxins and pollutants in the water are consumed by aquatic animals like fish, shellfish, etc., which are then consumed by humans and makes them develop dangerous diseases like cancer, etc.
Dear all, this is not a good scenario. You all are seeing here, we are going to be responsible citizens of tomorrow. So let's ensure that we will change this situation. We will change this situation.
Now it's time for some cultural celebration. The celebration of having water on our planet Earth, which has made the life possible on Earth. First, we have our friends Soham, Avisha, Aditi, and Vanya, who will be presenting a melodious song. पानी की इन बूंदों से हम सबका जीवन चले, कीमत इस पानी की हम सब ने है जानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी, मरी जो पेड़ हो तो अच्छा लगता है, धूप गर्मियों में भी ठंडा लगता है, हरी भरी जो पेड़ हो तो अच्छा लगता है, धूप गर्मियों में भी ठंडा लगता है, खुद को बचाना है तो ना करे नादानी, पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, पानी की इन बूंदों से हम सबका जीवन चले, कीमत इस पानी की हम सब ने है जानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, रखना संभाल के धरती का पानी, हरे भरे जो पेड़ हो तो अच्छा लगता है, धूप गर्मियों में भी ठंडा लगता है, खुद को बचाना है तो ना करे नादानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी, ये पानी जिंदगानी। Oh, it was straight to the ears. Thank you, friends, and And now it's time for the much awaited dance program which will be performed by Vanya, Yavi, Saina, Mudra, Navishta and Tanishka.
सोचो तो क्यों है आज सहम सहम पानी ये चुपचाप पानी क्यों चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी बचा ले निशानी हम पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम स्वच्छता और पानी हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी सोचो तो क्यों है आज सहमा सहमा पानी ये चुपचाप पानी क्यों drip, 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 drop, drip, drop, drippity drop, drip, drop, drip, drip, drop, drip, drop, drippity drop. चलो बचा ले ये धरोहर पुरानी ये तेरा मेरा पानी चल drop, drippity drop. चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी बचा ले निशानी drip, drop, drippity drop. पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम स्वच्छता और पानी.
With this, our walking session comes to an end. We hope you all must have enjoyed it to the fullest. Thank you once again.